put 6 on my staff. First title in program history.
Being an in-state kid, everything that I wanted in the school was right at home.
Every coach has a toolbox, and every tool is from another coach.
Camaraderie, be able to hang out with each other and be together.
Takes it all the way for the touchdown. Led by a future Badger.
I'm very excited for this kid because he is brilliant.
What an absolute javelin toss. He's going to throw a jump pass and complete it for the 2-point conversion to Hawk.
I mean, we can see a lot of offense.
Put the exclamation point on it. At the buzzer.
Wow.
It's good.
Oh, my goodness.
Do your best.
Thank you so much for all you guys do for high school sports.
Guys, I got goosebumps.
That's all anybody can ask for.
The biggest games, the most compelling stories, the area's best high school sports coverage. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Presentation of PrepMania Ball School for the annual classic between two of the best programs in the area, the Sun Prairie East Cardinals and the Middleton Cardinals. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda been part of the Madison community since 1973. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and on Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, Dennis Semrau, for a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, buy 3, get the 4th for how much?
$1.
That's right. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Dennis, we were here a few years ago at Middleton High School for the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic. We did not call the game the way that we intend to here this evening on Thursday, May 15th, the annual Cardinals Strikeout Cancer game. We'll talk about the teams. We'll talk about what this event means. Of course, it benefits the American Family Children's Hospital and cancer research. So many funds raised over the years. One of the great causes that we have here in the greater Madison area.
Yeah, they passed $233,000 coming in. Going to blow over $250 after this one. It's phenomenal. This is something where both players and both teams get to give back a little bit to the community. You know, cancer is something that touches everybody, and it's a credit to Coach Rob Hamilton and Tom Schmidt, who were the coaches at Sun Prairie before they split into 2 high schools, remember? And Schmidt here at Middleton. They're both Hall of Fame coaches for their coaching, but for what they gave back to the community service, they're Hall of Famers in my book.
And now let's talk about the baseball game, a battle in the Big 8 Conference. The Sun Prairie East Cardinals, the second-ranked team in the state in Division I, according to the Wisconsin Baseball Coaches Association. But they're not even alone or technically in first place in the Big 8 Conference. Madison Memorial's right up there with them. What do we know about the Sun Prairie East Cardinals?
Well, Sun Prairie, this is predominantly, one of the strongest programs. They have over 900 kids playing youth baseball in this community.
Incredible.
I talked to Jack Marchese, the coach, and Coach Marchese has been around for a while. He's got a son on this team. He has an older son that I covered back in the days of Cap Times. Jack is a guy that lives and breathes baseball. And Sun Prairie, they don't miss a beat. They lose a couple of starters from last year. 2 guys step in. And right now they are in the driver's seat in the conference race, even though in the polls, Madison Memorial is number 1 and they're number 2. We'll see how long that lasts.
11-2 in first place in the Big 8 Conference. Madison Memorial right there behind them at 10-3 as we enter play tonight. The Middleton Cardinals not too far behind with a 9-4 record on the year, 12-7 overall. And we know that Middleton is always a force to be reckoned with. Even if they may not be at the top of the standings, this is one of the best baseball conferences in high school baseball across this state.
Yeah, one thing both teams share in common and both coaches really push, multiple sport athletes. A lot of the Sun Prairie East players we talked about in football, we talked about in the basketball season. Tuesday's pitcher for Middleton was Joey Pasaglia, who's going to be the DH today. starting quarterback and first-team all-conference for the Cardinals last fall. So you love it, the fact that these guys are in other sports, but they all love baseball, and that's why we're out here.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, brought to you in part by Stoughton Health, providing trusted care close to home. Stoughton Health, proud to support student athletes from around the area and across the state, and wish all participants the best in this game. From rehab to ortho care, Stoughton Health provides comfort and convenience locally. Visit stoughtonhealth.com to learn more. Dennis, as we get set for this contest here, you're going to step aside, and Mark Tauscher is going to step in to call the game with me. Any tips from all the times we've worked together for calling a game with Old T?
It's baseball. Got to have fun. It's the game. And I love
one strike. One out here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Sun Prairie East holding a 1-0 lead over Middleton. Tamboli sets fires, and this one fouled away. 2-2. On Middleton's number 3 hitter. The Cardinals of Middleton, 12-7 this season, 9-4, tied for 3rd place in Big 8 conference play.
Found that sheet.
I got that one back from the kids that found it, tracked down somewhere on level 2. Absolutely. Tamboli sets, fires outside. It's a ball, throw down to second, not in time. Looks, steals second base, and he moves into scoring position as the count goes full with 1 out in the bottom half of the 1st.
Yeah, I didn't think it didn't look. Joey was a little bit there. It was, I'm not going to say lackadaisical, but way too big of a jump there for a guy with the move that Joey's got. Gave him too much. Pretty easy steal there from, who's that young man?
That was Copeland Look, who you may remember his name by the time we get to the 7th inning.
Well, he had a nice bunt. I remember that.
Great bunt. We're not going to be able to keep the score of this game because the papers would go flying, so we're going to have to rely strictly on our memory, which is fantastic, as you know from Wilde and Tausch, that we're going to be able to recall all this stuff as we move on in the game. Full count, Tamboli, payoff pitch, strike 3 looking, down goes Vogt. A great pitch by Tamboli. Vogt wasn't sure. He thought he might have had a walk going to first base.
Call. You could tell it. You never want to show up and up. He thought it was a little high and outside. I think he may have something that was a very Sun Prairie's happy with that call. Let's put it that way.
2 outs, runner at second base, and stepping in is the cleanup hitter Ray Feinberg, the first baseman, wears number 23 in the home white uniforms of the Middleton Cardinals. Feinberg, line drive, left field, it's down for a base hit. Rounding third comes Look. Here's the throw, cut off, throw home, and they got him by a mile.
Beautiful.
Down goes Look at home plate, and down goes Middleton in the bottom of the 1st. The final out made at the plate, trying to stretch home from second. I don't know. I can't tell you. It might have been Sogstad out there.
Nice job by the left fielder of coming up. I think it was Soggy. Coming up, cleanly fielding it, and kept the throw low where Tristan Fry, the third baseman, in great position to make a cut, and it was a can of corn. I don't blame Middleton for sending him. You get a base hit, 2 outs, you get a good jump, but that is executed at a really high level on that the whole shifting, setting it up, beautifully executed. Easy tag down, get him by 2 or 3 steps. Really well played there by Sun Prairie.
1 inning complete, 1-0. Sun Prairie East leads Middleton on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Cheesy Bites Pizza is back at Pizza Hut. For only $13.99, you get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. Plus, it comes with Pizza Hut's very own Ranch Lovers Flight, featuring 3 bold dips: Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Ready to dip into deliciousness? Well, hurry. It's only available for a limited time. Head to a Pizza Hut location or order online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Alex Clune with the big play in left field for Sun Prairie East to close out the bottom of the 1st.
A little update on Clune. He's going to play a little baseball and football for Beloit next year.
And a great play in left field, showing you why he's a multi-sport athlete, talented as he is. Top half of the second inning on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic between Middleton and Sun Prairie East. Jesse Nelson along with Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Tristan Fry up to the stick here.
The number 5 hitter for Sun Prairie East standing in takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here as we begin the top half of inning number 2. Sun Prairie East has never... they've won, they've never lost the Cardinal Strikeout Cancer Classic here at Middleton. A perfect 4-0 record all time in this series. Swing and a miss at strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tristan Fry. O'Connor sets, fires, Fry, a little dribbler back, gets past O'Connor, fielded at shortstop, fired to first in time, and 1 gone here in the top half of inning number 2.
Really nice play there. Got jammed. Tristan got jammed a little bit, but a slow roller and shortstop. He has to come up, make the play on the run. Real smooth athlete. Nice job making that play for the easy first out of this inning.
Now standing in, Manny Abreu, the number 6 hitter in the Sun Prairie East lineup.
Catcher for the squad.
O'Connor sets, fires. It's a ball outside.
How hard does this young man throw? Jesse, is he
well, I didn't bring my radar gun with me here. How hard do you think he throws? I brought notes that flew away right before the top of the first inning.
Yeah, he looks to be a mid-80s guy to me. Nice curveball.
I don't know if that was a curveball or it was just impacted that much by the wind as it gusted.
It was a curveball. Come on.
So one thing I do think it's interesting, Tausch, with this wind blowing in from left field straight on. You can see the dirt twirling here. Obviously, it's impacting us up here on the 3rd level of our broadcast booth. I wonder not only how this impacts the hitters, but how it impacts fielders throwing across the diamond, or especially from the outfield. We saw the big out at the bottom of the first. I don't know if that happens in normal circumstances.
I think obviously wind is always going to, when it's this. You see, I mean, the right fielder right now for Middleton is playing. That's Little League depth that he's playing at.
2-0 on Abreu. This one in there for a strike. 2-1 with 1 out in the top of the second. Sun Prairie East batting with a 1-0 lead.
So the big thing, obviously, is catching fly balls and being able to get under things. That's where the wind is going to be the biggest effect.
The pitch misses. 3-1. So I always thought, I was an umpire for a long time.
That's what I heard.
Tausch, Little League umpire. And
you
I always
retire because your knees are bad?
No, I retired because I couldn't find any work anymore, which you wouldn't believe. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul ball out of play along the first base line. The count runs full with 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the second. But I always thought it was funny that the parents who were sitting, or the fans who were sitting on either side, like right behind where the dugouts normally are, that they thought they knew what was inside and outside, when this is probably the worst vantage point as we're standing in here to try and figure that out. Swing and a miss by Abreu. Or correction, he fouled it off, I guess. So we're going to remain full with 1 out. Must have just got a piece of that. Full count, 1 out, top of the second inning. Bennett O'Connor of Middleton sets and throws, and it's ball 4, missing inside, and it's a walk with 1 gone. Abreu takes his base at
we'll
first.
Have a runner for the catcher here. This is the thing in high school baseball I don't fully comprehend. I feel like you get a runner for everybody. You got a slower kid, you're going to always bring in a runner, and you can go back in the game. Is that how you see that, Jesse, being the PrepMania expert that you are?
I mean, you always want to be able to run for the catcher because you want to keep pace of play going. So in little leagues, in high school, at every level, you run for the catcher. That's just, it makes sense for pace of play for the game. Okay. I don't think you're just going to pinch run for every slow kid. That doesn't seem like it's going to accomplish a whole lot. But
Cluner.
Here is Alex Clune, who made the big play in left field in the bottom of the first inning, throwing out the runner at home for Middleton. He now stands in there with 1 gone and a runner at first in the top of the second inning, takes a ball. 1-0 on Alex Clune, wears number 34 in the road black uniforms. Sun Prairie East Cardinals. Pickoff play at first. Nothing doing. Bennett O'Connor, the ace pitcher of the Middleton Cardinals staff this year. He has been solid all season long. Throws it in there, and a foul tip is good for a strike. 1-1. Tausch, what does this rivalry mean for fans? You're obviously close to the Sun Prairie East squad, but you know both teams well.
There's no doubt, and especially when Sun Prairie was one high school. Big boy, the baseball success. There we go.
Ball, throw down to second, and out on his way trying to steal second. So there's 2 gone in the inning with nobody on. A 2-1 count on Alex Clune trying to send the runner. Couldn't see who it was coming into pinch run for Abreu, but he didn't get the job done nonetheless.
Yeah,
2 balls, 1 strike.
Didn't get the jump, and you don't get the jump. This catcher for Middleton so far, two really nice plays, firing down, getting that lead runner. That was well done.
The 2-1 pitch misses for a ball, 3-1. And especially with that wind battling through it to make that throw down to second base, it's all that much more impressive because you know you're losing a little bit of velocity throwing straight into the wind. Very impressive.
Great point, Jesse.
Thank you, Old T. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top half of the second. Sun Prairie East leading 1-0. Bennett O'Connor sets and throws.
That's going nowhere.
Clune pops it to left where it just dies up in the air, coming all the way in, and making the catch in left field is Middleton. 3 outs, and that'll do the top half of the second. 1-0, Sun Prairie East leads Middleton. The Middleton Cardinals coming up at home on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
Something with room for all your friends, right?
These are the people who take good care of you.
It's gotta be red, of course.
Get to know Zimbrick, cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Jesse Nelson alongside Mark Tauscher, the Wilde and Tausch crew minus Jason, bringing you this high school baseball game, the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic between Sun Prairie East and Middleton. Bottom half of inning number 2, Sun Prairie East leads Middleton 1-0. And a blustery, windy evening here at Middleton High School. We're thankful the game's even being played here tonight.
I'm shocked. Driving over here from Sun Prairie in a hailstorm, I was shocked when Jesse said, game on.
Game on indeed. Easton Harris stands in for Middleton to lead off the bottom half of the second inning. The pitch from Tamboli misses for a ball, and that's how the bottom of the second gets underway. Joey Tamboli, left-handed pitcher for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals. Throws one that just misses, 2 balls and nothing. Easton Harris, batting right-handed, senior. Takes again and misses again. Does Tamboli, 3-0. You put up the red light here if you're coaching third base, Tausch?
Yeah, you're going to make Tamboli throw a strike here, no doubt.
Make him throw you one, especially if you're the leadoff hitter of an inning. Let's see if that's the case. Tamboli throws one right down the middle, taking all the way was Easton Harris. It's a strike, 3-1. The Sun Prairie East Cardinals, second-ranked team in the state in Division I, entering play today according to the Wisconsin Baseball Coaches Association. Only, coincidentally, Madison Memorial in front of them, despite Sun Prairie East being in front of Memorial in the standings in the Big 8 Conference by a game. Fouled off, count goes full for Easton Harris.
Yeah, Memorial, I think, split with Sun Prairie earlier this season in a couple of real classics, and I'm guessing a lot of play left to go here in the Big 8.
The payoff pitch to Easton Harris is fouled away down the right field line. We'll do it again. Tausch, my dad once told me a stat that I've never fact-checked. He said 80% of 3-2 pitches, the first pitch of a full count, is a foul ball because the hitter is indecisive on it, and he always fouls it away.
That's a great stat if that's accurate.
I believe him.
Sure, you always trust George. He knows. Why would he lie about it?
Yeah, well, he did lie to me about the best score you could throw in bowling without throwing a strike. He said it was a 199. It was a 190. Got me in trouble doing trivia in Beaver Dam one day. Still full. Easton Harris still standing in there. Tamboli out of the windup. Pause a moment for Harris to step back into the box. He does so now and sets. Tamboli waits for the signal. Now fires. Bouncing ball up the middle. Gets past the shortstop into center field and a leadoff base hit for Easton Harris. And the Middleton Cardinals have a runner on to start the bottom of the second.
Just what you want to do, hit something hard, back up the middle. Tamboli did a little left-handed back glove swipe, just missed it, and then kind of a goofy hop on Max Glusick, who is a very nice shortstop for a base hit.
Center fielder is Charlie Tompak, a senior, returning honorable mention all-conference player from a year ago. He stands in with a runner at first base, Easton Harris, and nobody out in the bottom of the second. Showing
Nice
bunt, pulls
scoop.
it back. Now a throw over to first as Harris got a little too much of a lead there. He gets back safely. Throw was a little in front of the bag. Had he positioned it better, might have had a chance to pick him off at first base.
What a play there by Manny. A bunt. Obviously, Tristan Fry way in at his third base spot, anticipating the bunt. Pitch. Tamboli spiked it. Great scoop and had the kid thrown out at first.
Third baseman Fry still playing in as, again, Tompak shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a ball, 2-0 on Charlie Tompak, the center fielder of the Middleton Cardinals. Fry is way in at third base, expecting bunt the whole way here. Tamboli out of the stretch, sets, throws, runner goes. No, he picked him off at first, and they're going to throw him out at second base. What a move by the left-handed pitcher, Joey Tamboli. The fans say they wanted to see a balk called there, but that's just a great pickoff move by a left-handed pitcher. What a play by Tamboli on the mound to get the runner Easton Harris out at second base.
Listen, I love aggressive base running, and I want to see people push it. But if you're going to bunt, you have to understand the situation. You can't give away free outs like that if you're Middleton.
Now Tompak fouls it off. 2 balls, 1 strike. That was such a good pickoff move. I actually was watching home plate before the ball was thrown, thinking the pitch was on its way. But Tamboli made the move at the last moment to throw to first base. You would think not, but, you know, it's been a minute since we've done this. 2 balls, 1 strike. I'm also pressing down on this table to keep everything in position here so we don't blow away. Pitch misses, 3 balls and a strike. Charlie Tompak, 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the second, 1-0. Sun Prairie East leads Middleton in the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic. Tamboli sets and throws, ball 4 outside. And so back-to-back walks here in the second inning. Sun Prairie East got a break with the pickoff move, getting the runner out, running from first to second, but still Tamboli's pitch count going up here in the second.
It is, and I think that's something, you know, Joey's been battling some stuff. He's missed a few starts this season. And there you see, you wonder how much he's going to be able to go tonight on a pitch count. He's missing a little bit high and outside so far.
Chase Rogers now stands in for the Middleton Cardinals. Junior, pickoff play from Tamboli over to first, back in time. Goes the base runner. Chase Rogers, wide receiver for the Middleton Cardinal football team, which put up some big offensive numbers this year.
Well, I love that. You're saying, what I love, what you're saying is a lot of in an era of sports where it's getting less and less, I love to hear it.
Multi-sport athletes on both of these teams galore as you look at these starting lineups. A lot of familiar names for those who follow our high school sports coverage here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. From the football season into basketball, starters on both teams in multiple sports. Ball outside, 1-0 here on Chase Rogers. Tamboli sets, looks the runner over at first, now throws. Outside, 2-0.
Having a hard time finding it. Pitching coach Chris Alexander coming out. Tristan Fry coming in. But right now, if I'm Middleton, I'm not thinking about bunting. I'm saying make Joey Tamboli find it. That's 6 straight balls that he's thrown. And I'm not even thinking about getting that bat off my shoulder until he throws a strike.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda been part of the Madison community since 1973. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and on Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda-certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires for a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Oh, Jason Wilde jumping in the YouTube chat saying this color guy stinks. PXP guy is outstanding.
Oh, thanks, Jason. Appreciate the insight from our partner, your partner. I guess he's kind of, my director.
There we
go. I don't have to call it anything.
Found it. Hey, let's keep our eyes on the game.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Tausch.
Joey Tamboli finally threw a strike here after struggling here in the top of the
You can't distract me with a Jason Wilde comment in the YouTube
that
chat.
One's on me.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, bottom half of the second inning. Throw over to first, runner back in time. Tamboli just keeping him close. We've seen the runners taking off abundantly here in the early innings, especially with how difficult it is to throw against the wind down to second base from behind home plate. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss.
I don't know, everybody that's stolen so far has been thrown out. I don't know how tough it's been. What are you talking about?
I mean, I guess I'm making assumptions. You're right. I guess everybody who has attempted to steal has been thrown out except for one so far. You're right. We could keep score of this game. I could have told you that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tamboli sets and throws. Outside, and the count goes full. All 3 batters who have stepped up here in the bottom of the second have run a full count against Joey Tamboli.
Yeah, the pitch count is climbing. I'm sure if we had Game Changer or whatever that app is. But here, I think 3 and 2, even with only 1 out, I like to get the runners moving.
Chase Rogers, the hitter. Tamboli, the pitcher. Sets and fires. Rogers.
Good battle.
Swings and fouls it off. 80%.
Yeah, you might be right on that. So far, that stat is adding up. That was I just want to defend. I didn't get the pitch I was thinking on 3-2. I'm going to slash at it and just try to get the next one.
Full count, bottom of the second, 1-0 Sun Prairie East on top. Middleton trying to respond. The payoff pitch to Rogers misses low for ball 4. 3 straight walks here in the second inning with 1 runner thrown out on the base paths, 2 on at first and second with 1 gone in the bottom of the second. And it'll be the designated hitter in the number 8 position, Joey Pasaglia, stepping in. You want to talk about multi-sport athletes? How about the starting quarterback of the Middleton football team who had an outstanding season?
This is the quarterback here, huh?
One of the leading passers in the state of Wisconsin this year.
I'll tell you what, I love hearing what's going on. That's good stuff. Now here, first and second, tough on bunt coverage because you have to keep the third baseman back. Pitcher needs to come to third, and you have to have the second baseman come on over if you're going to do it. A big strain. I like bunting here.
Even with 1 out, Pasaglia took a strike. He was looking at it the whole way. Making Tamboli labor here in the second.
No doubt.
Runner takes a lead, good lead at second. Moderate lead over at first. Tamboli sets and delivers. Outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the second, 1-0. Sun Prairie East leads Middleton.
Yeah, first and second puts a lot of strain on your defense. You got guys moving around. If indeed you fake a bunt, put something down, you have to have that second baseman sprinting over, leaves that right side of the field wide open to slash something to get a base hit.
Pick-off play back to second. Tamboli throws a fastball to the shortstop over there, but able to get back in time is Charlie Tompak at second. Pasaglia, right-handed batter, steps in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tamboli's walked the first 3 this inning. Here's the pitch. Misses low and inside, 2-1. Bottom of the second feels like a crucial moment in this game, Tausch.
It is. You have to find it here. You're getting the chatter. This is where you're asking your team, your catcher, get that big target up. Give Joey something to see. Try to help him find it here.
Tamboli sets. And time was called.
Those are always frustrating.
Yeah, it sure is.
That's where you get injuries when it's a part of the game, but you hate to see the time as he's winding to make a throw.
Let's do it again on 2-1 with 1 gone. Runners at first and second for Middleton, bottom of the second inning. Tamboli sets, delivers, fouled back by Pasaglia, and the count is 2-2.
Don't love that. 2-1. If it's not something you're going to barrel up, especially with the way Joey is struggling here, I think even if it's an inside strike, let it go, get it to 2-2. You don't want to have that cut there on a 2-1 pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 gone, bottom of the second. Tamboli delivers high. Good stop behind the plate by the catcher to bring that one in. Manny Abreu, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and again the count goes full.
It's not close. I mean, it's one thing if you're missing by an inch or two. A lot of balls sailing out. Manny giving him a pump, a little fist pump here, knows the magnitude of this 3-2 pitch.
Full count. Joey Passaglia, the 8th hitter for Middleton, taking all the way. Strike 3 looking. Down goes Passaglia, and a big out for Joey Tamboli and the Sun Prairie East Cardinals. 2 gone in the bottom of the 2nd.
That's what we say, bulldogging up. He has struggled to find it here. He's walked 3. He's found a way to pick a guy off, and then at a 3-2 pitch when he needed it, the big target by Manny Abreu, and Joey found it when he needed to, and now has a chance to get out of this inning unscathed.
9th hitter in the lineup for Middleton is Tommy Winsick, the senior. He stands in with 2 on and 2 gone here in the bottom of the 2nd, and a foul ball to a region you don't want to see hit behind home plate. And we're going to walk this one off for a moment. Catcher in a little bit of pain, Abreu.
I always appreciate the ump-catcher relationship, where if something happens to the ump, the catcher going to go out and talk to the pitcher a little bit, slow it down. That looked painful. I don't know if that hit him in the you-know-whats or if that caught his shin. It definitely did not look fun.
Yeah, this is a tough area, and Abreu definitely looks to be in some pain here right now behind home plate.
That's his foot.
Yeah, got him right on the foot, which is an unguarded spot when you're behind home plate. That one, there's nothing you can do about it, but if you take a line drive right to that spot, I've done it as an umpire, taking it right to that spot, and that does hurt. Totally understand the pain that Abreu's in here right now.
What hasn't happened to you as an umpire?
Never got hit in the you-know-what.
You never got it?
No, and in fact, so my buddy Tier 1 Tyler, you know,
I love him, bubbler guy.
Yep, WISPAC over here in Madison. So I was doing a game with him. We actually did a doubleheader together. So he was in the field for the first game. I was behind the plate for the first game. Had a great game, walk-off winner.
You guys did share a cup, did you?
We didn't, but we were
good.
talking during one of the between innings in the first game about getting hit in that area, and I said I don't wear a cup when I go behind the plate because I like the mobility, and it's not something I really worry about. Yeah, I never wore a cup when I was behind home plate as an umpire, and I never took a hit there. Tyler, we were talking about that. He said, yeah, I don't either. Steps in the second game, first inning, takes a line drive right there, and he goes down. And like obviously I was worried for my friend, but I also I see he's okay.
You laughed, didn't you?
I laughed right behind. I was standing behind second base. I laughed, and the whole crowd saw me laughing. They thought I was just the biggest jerk. And I was like, no, you guys don't understand, but they didn't know
We
that.
don't understand. It looks like Manny. You know what? I'm going to tell you, catchers have to be tougher than a $2 steak. And in this case, that ball hit him right in the foot. You thought it hit him in the you-know-what.
It didn't hit him in the you-know-what's. Hit him in the foot.
You know he's in pain, but he knows he's got to be out there for his team. Catching is a thankless job, but the good ones, man, do they make a difference.
Producers of Wilde and Tausch and catchers behind
Josh
home
Karen,
plate.
One of the
Thankless jobs.
There has been some great catchers through the Sun Prairie baseball program.
I thought you were just going to start naming old catchers like you usually do 9 to
that.
noon. The 0-1 pitch after the delay is outside for a ball from Tamboli. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still a big moment in this game. 2 runners on at first and second for Middleton. 2 outs, bottom of the second, 1-0. Sun Prairie East leads Middleton with the number 9 hitter, Tommy Winsick, standing in for the Middleton Cardinals. Tamboli sets and delivers outside. 2-1.
Yeah, and from a pitching standpoint, it is really tough when you don't have your stuff and you're dealing with wind and you're dealing with all this. This is about guts and just finding a way to find it out, get out of this inning.
Tamboli delivers the 2-1, swung on and fouled. Chopped behind home plate. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom half of inning number 2 in a 1-0 lead for Sun Prairie East. Big pitch for Joey Tamboli. He's thrown a lot of them this inning. Sets and delivers.
Got him.
Got him. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. Delivered by Joey Tamboli. He walked the first 3 batters of the inning. He strikes out the final 2. And a big moment for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals, taking a 1-0 lead into the 3rd inning. We'll step aside, come back for inning number 3, the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, alongside Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher, host of Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin, alongside three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year Jason Wilde. My name is Jesse Nelson. Special thanks to our video producer Hunter Vaughn, on site with us here at the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic at Middleton High School, as we get set for the top half of inning number 3. The Sun Prairie East Cardinals with a 1-0 lead after left-handed pitcher Joey Tamboli worked his way out of a jam in the bottom half of the second.
Yeah, it was really impressive because you could tell Joey does not have his best stuff. He's struggling to find the strike zone. He's able to find it out by using his pickoff move, and that's when you know you're kind of elevating, is you find when you don't have your best, figure out ways to accomplish your job. That inning was a great example for Joey Tamboli of figuring that out. Joey Tamboli, side note, Eleanor's favorite name on this team, which is a fun name to say.
You know what? I'd agree with Eleanor. That's a very fun name for the Sun Prairie East squad. As the first pitch of the top half of the third to the designated hitter, Brady Stelzer, is fouled off, 0-1. Here as we start the third, with O'Connor still on the mound for Middleton. Bennett O'Connor, the strong right-hander.
And disappointing. Brady obviously is dealing with some injuries. He is the top gun for this Sun Prairie baseball squad and unable to pitch this year, but still love the fact out here hitting, trying to contribute in other ways this year.
Takes a strike, 0-2 here in the top half of inning number 3. First batter of the inning, nobody on, nobody out.
His dad used to be a big-time pickleball player. He's kind of settled back in, not doing it as much.
The 0-2 misses outside.
Should have had Pickler partner with this. It could have been the pickleball updates on our Zimbrick.
Well, you're kind of just doing that anyway.
That's fair.
The 1-2 pitch is fouled away, so Tausch gets
2 strikes at 80%.
No, it's when it's a full count, Tausch.
I know,
it's not when it's any 2 strike. Yeah, you know. Tell us more about pickleball while you're at it.
Well, trust me, I will.
A 1-2 count on Brady Stelzer.
Yeah.
In there for strike 3 called. 1 down in the top of the third.
And that's tough. You see a guy with the fastball that O'Connor's got, and O'Connor or Connor?
O'Connor. Bennett O'Connor.
The fastball, and then he sits there, he just turns a curveball over. You're sitting there just trying to battle on that heater. Curveball lands in there beautifully for a strike to strike out Stells.
1 gone in the bottom of the third, and the first pitch is fouled off with 1 out. Standing in, number 30, Hudson Turek, the first baseman tonight for Sun Prairie East. 9th hitter in the lineup for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals. Takes a strike, 0-2. And Bennett O'Connor rolling here, pounding the strike zone in the top half of the third. Turek awaits the pitch from O'Connor. Sets and delivers. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
Nasty stuff.
Down goes Hudson Turek. 2 gone quickly here in the top of the third. Bennett O'Connor worked into some trouble in that first inning, and since then he has been dealing on the mound for Middleton.
That was, his curveball, obviously I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm an expert on the Middleton Cardinals, but when you have the fastball he's got and you can control that curveball, just a whole different animal. Looks like he's got his best stuff going. Joey's struggling to find it. He has got his spots hitting right now.
Back to the top of the order here for Sun Prairie East. And
so they're not batting Middleton's guy this time.
They're not batting Middleton's player leadoff. No, now I can tell you that it's number 13, Reed Sogstad, standing in there for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals. Takes a ball, 0-1, shows bunt with 2 outs, pulls back, but it's still, missed outside actually, 2-0. Thought the umpire behind home plate. No, he did. So that is a strike, 1-1.
Good call by you, yeah.
Can't trust the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff hitter, Sogstad.
Curveball.
And he missed with that one. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I think somebody should come up with an invention. The umpire's clicker controls the scoreboard.
I actually had that at one Little League stadium in Waukesha.
Should be more.
Your clicker was an electronic one that just controlled the scoreboard.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. The 2-1 pitch is fouled off coming this way.
Wow.
Ricocheted and almost got Hunter Vaughn right on his shiny forehead.
Took the camera out, Hunter. The odds of that coming that close, the angle has to ricochet off that pole. That would have been unbelievably bad geometry.
He's not a Middleton baseball expert, but he knows his geometry.
It'd be nice if you were a baseball guy. That's another conversation for tomorrow.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hopefully we don't get hit by this one. Here's the pitch. It misses high. Count goes full on Sogstead. Now 80% of pitches.
So you're going to tell me right now he's fouling this pitcher?
That's what I'm going to tell you,
I think he walks him.
All right, what are you putting on it?
Nothing. Some Pizza Hut. Because nobody out pizzas the Hut.
Happy to pay off on that one in a moment. Taking all the way, and a called strike 3. Sogstad thought he had a drawn walk, and instead he is down on strikes to end the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, 3 and 2, you have to be willing to protect it. There goes your 80% because that's right there, one of them.
It's not 100%. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. We'll keep it right here for the middle of the 3rd on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Tausch, you mentioned Pizza Hut, proud partner of Wilde & Tausch, the official pizza of Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, and I am very happy to share something with you.
What do you got?
Pizza Hut has been delivered to our broadcast booth.
Oh, is that nice?
Unfortunately, we're scared that it's going to blow away. So
I totally understand that. That actually makes
so I think it's right now sitting inside here.
Well,
Hunter Vaughn is going to try and get it. So I'm going to try, and I'm going to hold the camera in place as a gust of wind naturally blows immediately. So I'm going to hold everything in place here, calling the middle of the 3rd while Hunter Vaughn brings out Pizza Hut pizza delivered straight to the broadcast booth. How about that? Here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. I can't twist the camera to come back to us, so those of you watching with us on YouTube are just going to have to trust that we've got a Pizza Hut pizza out here. Tausch, you want to try and eat this thing while we're here?
I'll eat it in between innings.
Well, it is between innings.
Well, it's going to be started back up. I want to be able to jab her while the game's going.
All right, well, it might blow away by the time you get your hands on it, but we don't. And I believe that is the Cheesy Bites pizza, which comes complete with the Chipotle ranch, the pepperoni ranch, and the classic ranch as well. Yes, you know it. You love it.
Good living up here in Middleton.
Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania. Get your Cheesy Bites pizza today. We thank Pizza Hut for their partnership with ESPN Wisconsin, both on Wilde & Tausch and, of course, as the official pizza of PrepMania. Stick around after the game. We will award our Pizza Hut Player of the Game. Bottom of the 3rd starts with a called strike.
A little off-speed pitch there from Joey.
Jackson Guerrero, the leadoff hitter for Middleton. Joey Tamboli back out on the mound here in the 3rd for Sun Prairie East. He labored in the 2nd, misses with a ball 1-1 here in the bottom half of the 3rd. 1-0, Sun Prairie East leads Middleton. Tamboli delivers. Ground ball gets through the gap into right field for a leadoff base hit for Jackson Guerrero. And Middleton again has a duck on the pond to start an inning.
Really good piece of hitting there by Jackson. Just, so many times guys want to just get on top of something and hammer it and pitch. Joey's been pitching outside, to the right-handed hitter, high and outside. He just took it to right, put good contact on it, was able to split Turk and Vogler on the right side of the field and get this bottom of the 3rd started with a runner on.
Guerrero was caught stealing in the 1st. Here's Copeland Look now standing in. Look shows bunt, pulls back. It's a ball, 1-0. Middleton has had traction on the base paths in every inning of this game so far, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard.
Tristan Fry, the 3rd baseman, he's basically 10 steps from home plate. He is ready to pounce on a bunt that's coming.
Look shows bunt, but before he could do so, a pickoff play to 1st. Back in time is Guerrero. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Sun Prairie East through 3. Here Middleton batting in the bottom of the 3rd. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors. The pitch is bunted cleanly right in front of the mound. Picked by Fry, throws to 1st in time. Runner's going to try to go for 3rd. They're going to throw over there, and it's bobbled, so safe at 3rd is Guerrero. A lot of movement over there. Might have been crossed up as the catcher got all the way down there. And now nobody's covering home plate. The throw goes that direction, and Guerrero is in to score. Dodging the throw in. Nobody for Sun Prairie East was covering at home plate. Somebody had to come running in at the last moment. Guerrero avoids the tag along the baseline. Time had not been called, and Guerrero scores the 1st run of the game for Middleton.
That was a comedy of errors there from the Sun Prairie squad that takes its fundamentals very seriously. Nice play by Tristan, fielding the bunt, getting it over to Turk. Turk then looks And actually a nice job by, I think it's Clune out in left field covering third base. The ball is there early, plenty of time. It hits him in the chest. The catcher, Manny, is down there. Nobody covers home. They get it to Joey Tamboli. He avoids the tag down the third base line, and Middleton ties this game up on what should have been a double play.
Tyler Vogt takes a called strike with 1 out in the bottom of the third, tied at 1. Nobody on base. Tamboli delivers. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. And Tausch, you mentioned something in the first inning. There was a play where Tamboli didn't get to first base covering quickly in time. And I wonder if that's something, as you called it out, that Middleton noticed. And they said if there's a play at third and Tamboli's running around, just keep an eye out. If nobody's covering home plate, take off. That's what Guerrero did all on his own.
That was really good base running, but it really wasn't, because he should have been gunned at third base had the left fielder been able to squeeze that and put the tag down. And we're sitting here with 2 outs, no runs in and nobody on. But that's why baseball, you have to finish everything.
Couple of balls, 2 balls, 2 strikes now, and outside the count runs full for Tyler Vogt.
Yeah, and what I'm curious there is, and you want the catcher sprinting down and being in position, but you never leave a base unoccupied.
Yep.
The pitcher's job is typically to be backing up different positions in this, and with that bunt coverage, great job by Middleton's leadoff hitter of just rolling from second, didn't hesitate, made Turk make a good throw. He did, and unfortunately for Sun Prairie, but fortunately for Middleton, they're able to get it.
Tyler Vogt swing and a miss, and down he goes, 2 gone. In the bottom of the third, tie game 1-1, Middleton and Sun Prairie East.
See a little swagger now. You're starting to, it looks like Joey's warmed up. You know, obviously, game got postponed a little bit. You got dust swirls coming. It's not the easiest environment to stay loose and to stay warm. And when you're battling a little bit, sometimes it takes a little time to get kind of in the vibe, and it feels like he's starting to get in that vibe.
Can a game be postponed a little bit? Bunt laid down along the first base line by Feinberg. A beautiful bunt, diving into first, and the throw down pulled the first baseman off the bag. So the throw would have beaten Feinberg, but because it became too far off of the base toward the infield side, he's safe at first with 2 outs, and the quick bunt gets Feinberg aboard.
Yeah, great bunt. He put it right down the first base line. You're kind of, if you're Sun Prairie, thinking it's going to go foul, stays fair. Nice job by Manny Abreu to get up there, try to make that throw inside, pulled Turk off the base, and now you have a runner. And I would guess you're going to want to get him rolling here, try to get a guy in scoring position with 2 outs.
Easton Harris stands in, 2 gone, runner on first, tie game, bottom of the third. Middleton and Sun Prairie East in the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer annual game, benefiting the American Family Children's Hospital. Ball 1 delivered to the hitter Harris.
I cannot believe that those storms, everybody, that's what big weather's such a classic, man. Oh, everything's going to be done. It's beautiful out
You barely made it here in time because of the hail earlier today.
Yeah, but not here.
Throw to first, back in time. I mean, it's definitely windy and gusty, winds up to 35 miles an hour, but it is a beautiful 80 degrees here this evening. The clouds starting to dissipate. Turns out a beautiful evening for baseball after all. This one misses just off the outside corner, 2-0. Tamboli against the hitter Easton Harris for Middleton. Drew a walk his last time up and was caught stealing. 1-1 ball game, big game not only because it benefits the American Family Children's Hospital, but a big game between 2 teams competing near the top of the Big 8 conference standings. Playoffs on the horizon. Huge game in this season for Sun Prairie East and Middleton. 3-0 after that pitch missed high and away. Harris stands in, 3-0, got to be taken all the way here. Tamboli throws over to first. Wondered if we might see a stolen base attempt there. 3-0, try to catch Tamboli napping. Good call, throwing it over. The pitch. Ball 4, walked him on 4 pitches. And now runners at first and second with 2 outs here for Middleton. And Tamboli, who thought even after giving up the run, he'd be able to get out of this inning quickly, is laboring once again.
Yeah, and that's why just, putting the ball in play, getting that bunt down, making Sun Prairie make a play defensively, unable to do it, and now you just keep working that pitch count. And I believe You only get 100 pitches. Once you're past that 100, that batter's it for you. But I would think Joey Tamboli, he is not going to be able to finish this game, I do believe, because his pitch count, even though we don't have a scorebook because of the wind, his pitch count is climbing, and he is what I thought looked like he was starting to find it a little bit, and he really struggled right there.
Big spot for Charlie Tompak here, standing in. The senior bats right-handed against the left-handed throwing Tamboli. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, bottom of the third, 1 run already in for Middleton to tie it at 1. Here's the pitch, called strike on the outside corner. Nice frozen rope from Tamboli on that first pitch fastball. Tompak drew a walk his last time up. Takes another called strike, 0-2. Tamboli trying to make quick work here and get out of this inning. Not even paying any attention to those runners, getting leadoff steps from first and second base respectively. Tamboli waits for the call, and the hitter, Tompak, steps out. Everybody retreats. We'll pause before doing it again. 0-2. Out of the stretch, Joey Tamboli sets, looks the runners back, and delivers.
Going.
Called strike 3. Down goes Tompak and down goes Middleton in the bottom half of the third. But a productive inning as Middleton ties Sun Prairie East 1 run apiece in the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic after 3. Back with the 4th inning after this on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Cheesy Bites Pizza is back at Pizza Hut. For only $13.99, you get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. Plus, it comes with Pizza Hut's very own Ranch Lovers Flight, featuring 3 bold dips: Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Ready to dip into deliciousness? Well, hurry. It's only available for a limited time. Head to a Pizza Hut location or order online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. 1-1 Sun Prairie East and Middleton as we head to the 4th inning of the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic here at Middleton High School. PrepMania brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, where they believe in the continued development of partnerships for good within their communities and giving back where they can. The team at Canopy emphasizes building local relationships and believes that values matter and strengthen their communities. When you work with Canopy, care, competence, and clarity isn't just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com. 4th inning underway and a called strike to begin it. Top half of the 4th inning, Sun Prairie at the plate.
Max Glusick.
Glusick, part of the big first inning for the Cardinals. They were hoping to get more out of it before being thrown out at the plate, and that's looming to be a significant play here in this game. 1-1 here in the top of the 4th. 1 ball, 1 strike after a called ball missed just a little bit high. Bennett O'Connor's been dealing since that first inning, and a line drive on 1 hop fielded at second base, and the throw to first in time to retire Max Glusick. 1 gone here in the top of the 4th. Always tough when you go around the horn and you throw it into left field.
It's never a great look. You usually see that in the Little League, not typically at the varsity level, but really nice play there by Middleton's second baseman. Glusick put a pretty good little sting on that, made that play look very routine. Cam Glusick.
Yep, we'll see if the other Glusick has some more success.
Squared.
Brothers Max and Cam batting number 2 and number 3 in the Sun Prairie lineup today. Cam with a ground ball to shortstop, field fired and throws in time. So a 4-3 put out for Max Glusick, a 6-3 put out for Cam Glusick, and very quickly 2 gone here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, and here's where, if you're Sun Prairie, what you don't want to do is give an easy inning with less than 10 pitches. So Van Vogler here, hitting cleanup, got to work this count.
Vogler steps in, takes a called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Bennett O'Connor sets and delivers, called strike, 0-2.
So what do you do here? You 2 inside fastballs. You snap a curveball here. I think I spike a curveball.
I say try to retire this side quickly. And he goes
He drilled him in
fastball,
the
and
head.
it goes right off of the batter, Vogler. Takes one hard, gets back up, throws the bat over to the dugout, and he will take off to head toward first base. I think
check him.
Yeah, they're going to check him because of where that contact took place. Looked like it might have been up on his shoulder. I think
no,
it missed
it drilled him in the head. It hit him in the helmet. So you got to make sure, do the whole check his eyes, all that good stuff. Van, a really good corner and wide receiver for the football squad as well, plays basketball. So a 3-sport athlete, very good baseball player, and they're very fortunate. Anytime you get something off the head, you pop back up, and so Van finds a way to get on and extend this inning, which could have been a real quick inning. Van does a nice job there. We don't joke about head injuries, but if you get hit in the arm or something, you say, we got ice. Find a way to get on base.
I actually always found getting hit in the helmet was the best place to get hit. We had a coach that told us that.
I disagree. It's got to be the tuchus.
The tuchus isn't bad either.
If you get drilled why would you want to get hit in the head compared to getting hit in the tuchus?
By the way, foul ball here for Tristan Fry, the number 5 hitter, standing in for Sun Prairie East.
Sometimes you say
no,
stuff.
honest to goodness, I was sliding in from third going home one time, took a drill
You'd
shot.
rather have a kid throwing 90 miles an hour drill you in the head.
There was a hard-throwing first baseman who threw one straight off the back of my helmet. It popped up, went over the net, out of play behind home plate. I didn't feel a thing. Hit me square on the helmet.
That might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say.
No,
you said some doozies.
Honest to goodness, the helmet is a great spot to get hit. Fouled back again, 0-2 here on Fry.
Tristan Fry up, having a really good season. I know Tristan did not play last season for Sun Prairie. This year, he has been a big-time contributor at third base, and he's been pitching, doing a really nice job. Really good basketball player.
Yeah,
Tristan
great
Fry.
basketball player, part of that Sun Prairie East squad that made a heck of a run all the way to the sectional final. Ball outside, throw down to second, not in time, and after taking one off the head, how about that, stealing second base. Van Vogler into scoring position with 2 outs here in the 4th.
Big time right there. I always love when you have 2 strikes, get him going. If you get thrown out, you get one of your better hitters. He gets a new count to start. You get him in scoring position. Now Tristan, put something in play. Let Vogues run.
Running on anything. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to the third baseman. Tough hop. Fielded at shortstop.
What
throw to
play.
first. Ricochet and in time at first with the outstretched arm. What a play by the Middleton defense.
What a play. And this is something I'm always telling our kids. Have a plan when you're in the infield or outfield. That was Van Vogler is sprinting from second. The odds would say it goes off the third baseman's glove. It ricochets to the shortstop. You would think you're going to look at that lead runner. He didn't even flinch. Said, I'm going to take it. I'm going to throw Tristan out. Tristan Fry at first base. That was not only being in the right position, but having the mindset to understand what his plan was, didn't waver from it, and very fortunate to get out of this inning without any runs from Sun Prairie.
That might just be one of our top 10 PrepMania plays of the season. Top half of the 4th in the books, 1-1, Sun Prairie East and Middleton. Here as we head to the bottom half of the 4th on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, brought to you in part by Stoughton Health, providing trusted care close to home. Stoughton Health, proud to support student-athletes from around the area and across the state, and they wish all the participants in this game and all season long the best. From rehab to ortho care, Stoughton Health provides comfort and convenience locally. Visit stoughtonhealth.com to learn more. Jesse Nelson, Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher with you here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic, benefiting the American Family Children's Hospital. Tausch, I know that's been a cause that's been close to your heart for a long time, and here in the bottom of the 4th, we see the great good that this game has done for so many years, they're eclipsing $250,000 over the years here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's awesome, and again, I think you're always trying to find ways. We're so fortunate in the city of Madison, and really in the state of Wisconsin, to have a world-class facility that when you need it, it is there. And the fact that Middleton and Sun Prairie the communities are supporting it like this is great.
First pitch strike here in the bottom half of the fourth for the Middleton Cardinals in search of their first lead of this game. Tamboli still out there on the mound for Sun Prairie East.
Well, Danny Hannon, who is a big-timer in the Sun Prairie youth baseball community, asks, can we position the camera a little higher to get more into the sun, Hunter? So, Dan Hannon from Bristol.
Danny in Bristol's been a great contributor to Wilde and Tausch over the years.
Some constructive feedback, Hunter. And Dan, just I know you're listening, you got flipped off. I flipped you off for Hunter.
Hunter with a frown and a grimace and a snare and a snarl all at once.
Hunter, you got a great grimace.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Chase Rogers, the great Middleton wide receiver, leading off here at the bottom of the fourth. Fouls this one off along.
If it was 3-2, you'd get that 80% back.
Yeah, thanks, Tausch. 2-2 instead here, the count on Chase Rogers. 1-1, bottom of the fourth. Sun Prairie East and Middleton. You having fun so far?
This has been great. Listen, I love baseball. I think when you get 2 really good teams, what's great about it, there's never a moment to take off. You have to be zoned in this game. Any small mistake that happens is the difference between winning and losing.
Pitch outside is a ball, and the count goes full. Now would be the time for your 80%, according to my dad, that a foul ball would happen on the first pitch of this situation.
Yeah,
and look at that, a foul ball by Chase Rogers.
George might know what he's talking about.
He was an usher at M-Pan Field for a long time. He does know a thing or two about the game.
I want you to text him and ask him if he'd rather get drilled in the head with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball or into tuchus. That would be what I'd like to hear.
The payoff pitch for Rogers is fouled off again.
Does this count into the 80%?
It does not. No, only the first
just
pitch.
The first pitch. Okay.
Correct.
Analytics by Jesse Nelson.
I think because of our positioning here, as this game has gone on, it rained before we got started, and now the dirt is, excuse me, starting to pick up. No, I'm choking on it. I've been choking for an inning and a half here. Ball 4 to Rogers, and he'll go to first base. And I can't even go to pick up water because there might be a gust of wind that blows all my stuff away. So.
Do we have water?
Yes.
I'm not sharing a bottle with you.
Well, I was going to ask you to feed me.
Oh, God.
That's not going to happen either, is it?
No, it is not.
Joey Pasaglia steps in with nobody out and a leadoff batter drawing a walk to get to first base and Chase Rogers, and now the quarterback and the wide receiver have a chance to bring in a run here from Middleton.
You're going to probably put a bunt on it. Has every inning been the lead runner has gotten on?
I believe every inning the leadoff batter has reached base for Middleton.
Dennis
yes.
Still here? I'd love that.
He's down on floor 2 where there's no wind if you want to go hang out with him for a little bit.
It's
might be best for both of us.
That is that is obviously that hurts when you continually put runners on. It just puts a lot of extra strain.
You're asking for trouble. Pasaglia shows bunt, misses. So it's a strike, nothing in 1.
So that's a baseball name.
Joey Pasaglia.
Remember Mike Pagliarulo? You remember that name, Mike Pagliarulo?
I don't actually. No.
Twin. You guys are too young.
I liked Angel Echeverria. That was one of my favorites growing up.
It's going.
Runner goes. Rogers pitch in the dirt for a ball. Throw down to second. Not in time. Goes off of Rogers' foot into center field, but he will stay put at second base. But a runner in scoring position with good speed for Middleton with nobody out. Finally, I called one right. Yeah, tough throwing into the wind.
So I always, whenever I'm sending kids on steals, I love having our batter bunt because even if you're fake bunting, just to distract a little bit. And that time, I don't know, Joey didn't give him the best pitch to throw him out on. Nice job by Middleton.
Pitch was a ball, so 1-1 is the count here in the bottom of the fourth. The wide receiver of the football team, Chase Rogers, stands at second. The quarterback, Joey Pasaglia, stands in the box. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. 1-2 on Pasaglia. This is a golden opportunity here in the fourth for Middleton.
You got to put that bunt down. It's a fastball down the pump. You got to get this runner to third here with 1 out. That was, I don't know what,
Pasaglia. No, Pagliarulo is your guy. Yeah. Pasaglia this time, ground ball to second. That'll get the runner over to third. Pasaglia is out at first. Rogers to third, good as a bunt. 1 down, and a runner at third for Middleton here in the bottom of the fourth of a tied game.
Really nice job there by Pasaglia of just, you know what, you didn't bunt on it, you didn't get it down. You have to get that runner to third base, and the best way to do it, chop something over to the right side of the infield, get that runner moving. That's doing a job. And now you got that position. You got Sun Prairie has moved all of its infield in. They are thinking it's going to be a low-scoring finish. You better keep them off. Everything's going to be coming home here on anything in the ground in the infield.
Big moment for Tommy Winsick of Middleton. Steps in. First pitch is a ball outside, 1-0 on Winsick with the go-ahead run at third base here in the bottom of the fourth, 1-1 in the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic between Sun Prairie East and Middleton. The Middleton Cardinals looking to put a run on the board here and take its first lead of the game. The pitch from Tomboli is outside, 2-0.
A lot of dust getting up in our voices. I'm starting
You
to get
don't
a little
say.
coffee too. Yeah.
See? Yeah. I'll feed you the water. You feed me. No?
Okay, you please stop with the water.
Okay, 2-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1.
Yeah, and here's the case where, you know, if you're Joey Tampoli, you're trying to obviously strike him out, but you're also, you want to keep it low here. You want to get something on the ground hard to get this, either get the out and keep him at third or make a play at the plate.
Wind is coming in strong from center field. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Play at the plate. No, it's bobbled. They're still going to throw home. It's late. Runner's safe at first, and a run comes in to score, and Middleton has a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the fourth.
So you're playing in, and everything speeds up, and you're going to run. You know, you're sending on contact. Max Glusick is a really good shortstop. He's going to go play baseball at Milwaukee next year. That's the case where you don't force something. You bobble it. I know you want to throw out that runner at home. Get the out. Don't try and force something. They had no play at the plate. That goes back to that decision-making and understanding what your plan is. Max Glusick there, I think if he had to do that again, you bobble it, and I'm sure Jack Marquez is going to say, take the out. We got to score more than one anyways. Move to the next out. Now you give up the run. You put a guy on first, and that allows Middleton to reset their inning with only one out.
Tamboli still out there on the mound with one gone and a runner on first here in the bottom of the fourth. You're right, Tausch. He had plenty of time to pick that ball up and throw it to first base, and we could be 2 down with nobody on. And instead, 1 out and a runner at first, and Middleton's thinking this has a chance to be a big inning for them to create some separation now and try to get their first win ever in the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Series on their home field. Tamboli sets, delivers, runner goes. Pitch is a called strike. Throw to second is in time. Great play by Glusick to pick it up on a bounce. 2 gone in the fourth. They throw the runner out at second in the end anyway.
Yeah, Joey did not do a great job of holding. Great jump by Middleton, but a great pop-up, snap throw down. And you said it, Jesse. Max Glusick, he just made the play that wasn't great. That was a tough hop to be able to collect, get the tag down, get him out. Big-time play there by Max.
Ball outside, 1-1 after the called strike on the throw down to second. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the bottom of the fourth. That is a huge play, not just for this inning, but what it could mean for the shape of the rest of this game. Tamboli out of the windup, delivers, swung on and missed by the leadoff hitter Jackson Guerrero. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 gone here in the bottom of the fourth. Nobody on for the Middleton Cardinals, who hold their first lead of the game, 2-1. Joey Tamboli trying to make quick work of Guerrero. Here's the pitch. Misses low. 2-2. Wind blowing in. Our video producer Hunter Vaughn joking with me before the game saying, don't think we're going to see a home run today.
I think he's going to be right.
Yeah, I think so too. And so far he has been here through 4. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tamboli, the pitch. Just low, and the count runs full.
Foul ball coming.
Sun Prairie East has won 4 consecutive in this rivalry series. Cardinal strikeout cancer game. The pitch, line drive into center field, down for a base hit for Jackson Guerrero. Big turnaround first, but he'll stay right there. And a full count delivered into center field, and Middleton keeps the inning alive at the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, really good at bat there to sit back on. And, I was just waiting because I knew there would be a foul ball. That didn't happen, but a good piece of hitting there. And now you'd think with your leadoff hitter with 2 outs, you're going to get him moving. This is going to be Joey Tamboli has to make sure, don't give him a big jump. Give your catcher a chance to throw him out because you can best believe he's going to be running here.
Guerrero has good speed, gets a lead from first. Copeland Look stands in the box, left-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. Look looks at a ball, 1-0.
It's so fun watching the kind of the battle. You have a great base runner. He just showed it with how he was able to score that first run. And when you can get him to flinch and freeze, you know you're doing something with your move. Joey had him frozen going back to first on that one.
Here's the pitch in the dirt for a ball, and that gets away from the catcher just far enough where Guerrero's able to capitalize and get into second base. Now Middleton with good speed and a runner in scoring position, and a hitter's count 2-0 with 2 gone.
And this is danger zone here because you said it, 2-0. You know it's going to be tough sledding. You have a really good base runner at second. Any contact he's moving, that puts added pressure on that outfield if there is a base hit to come up with a clean play.
Sun Prairie East defense not holding Guerrero at second. Here's the 2-0 pitch, grounded to second base on 2 hops, fielded, fired over to first, and in time. That retires the side for Middleton, but they grab the lead. 2-1. Middleton leads Sun Prairie East after 4 in the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
There's no safer place to feel dumb than Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
I can't do this anymore. You're insufferable.
Here's one thing. If I ever win the lottery, I'm going to be the worst person on earth.
You already are.
Right. Now amplify it to me having you money.
Mr. Irrelevant, live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Alongside Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher, I'm Jesse Nelson, and this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer High School Baseball Classic between the Sun Prairie East Cardinals and the Middleton Cardinals. Top half of the 5th inning, Sun Prairie East up trailing 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. Bennett O'Connor back to work on the mound for the Middleton Cardinals. Labored in the first inning, but Tauscher has been dealing.
He's finding his rhythm, and you know, I think his fastball, he's been able to, especially the bottom part of Sun Prairie's order, really messing him with the curveball there. Starting it out with a curveball, missed a little bit, but you can tell why he's their ace. He's got good stuff.
1-0 count on the catcher, Manny Abreu, stepping in for Sun Prairie East to lead off the 5th. The 1-0 from O'Connor. Abreu drives it to left center field. It's down. Cut off in the gap. Abreu, big turnaround first, but he will hold. Good job by the center fielder, playing a little deeper than they were earlier in this contest with that wind blowing in from all angles of the outfield. And it holds Abreu to a leadoff single for Sun Prairie East here in the top of the 5th.
A great at-bat there by Manny. He's at first, he gets in the box, the dust storm, wind is picked back up, gets in his face, he has to step out of the box, takes the first pitch, and that is probably the hardest hit ball of the night so far, but a great job by Middleton center fielder, who I wish I knew his name, the papers didn't blow away.
Same.
He did a great job of cutting that off and holding him to a single. Now Manny gets a pinch runner, and here we go.
Alex Clune steps up into the box, looks to lay down a bunt, but pops it up on the first base line. Sliding catch is made over at first base. That's a great play by Ray Feinberg, the first baseman for the Middleton Cardinals, to collect the out, and a missed opportunity for Sun Prairie East to try and advance the runner into scoring position.
I like the fact you try to get that bunt down, but those are the little mistakes. Middleton gets their bunt down. They end up scoring on it, You pop it up, and now you're sitting here with one out, sitting in the same position.
One out, runner at first. Brady Stelzer stands in. He shows bunt. Here's the pitch from O'Connor. Stelzer tries to put the bunt down, missed it, and it's a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, he threw him a little curveball, and Brady was unable to get his bat on top of it, put it down and play. I'm guessing he'll get another crack at it here.
The 0-1, nope, throw over to first, runner back in time. Sun Prairie East, if you're just joining us, scored in the top half of the first inning to take a 1-0 lead. Middleton had runners on base in every inning but didn't score until the bottom of the third, a little comedy of errors, allowing Middleton to tie the game in the bottom of the third, scoring all the way from first base. And then they took the lead in the bottom half of the fourth inning. This pitch is a ball, 1-1 on the hitter, Brady Stelzer. Cardinals strikeout cancer classic.
In Middleton's pitcher's eyes, you're battling the conditions here, both sides.
Hail in the Madison area earlier. Tausch and I both drove here through it, but now the sun is out. Overcast skies for the most part. Glistening through some of the clouds off in the distance.
Oh, glistening.
Yeah,
beautiful word. That's a great descriptor.
Well, I'd say it's. Would you not say it's glistening here?
It is a glistener.
The golden hour, a beautiful Madison summer evening. The Cardinals strikeout cancer classic. 2 balls, 1 strike. On the batter, Brady Stelzer. Runner takes his lead at first. It's the tying run potentially in this game. O'Connor delivers, and a bunt is fouled back, and it'll go all the way off the netting. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and there goes the idea of bunting.
Well, sometimes, obviously, with 2 strikes, you don't want to be in a position to bunt. But I think right now, with where Sun Prairie is in a 2-1 game where you're trailing, you have to get this guy, you have to get him to second base. And I would not be surprised, even though it's unorthodox, if Jack Marchese says, you know what, Stelzy, take a third crack at it, try to get this down.
Returning first-team all-conference player from a year ago, Brady Stelzer stands in, takes a cut, ground ball to shortstop. Runner gets to second in time, throw to first, gets Stelzer, but the runner does advance to second. He was going on the pitch, ground ball to the shortstop. He looked to field it and fire right to second, try and turn a double play to end the inning. But the runner was already there at second base.
Really smart move there with 2 strikes. You get the runner moving. Even if Stelzer doesn't put the ball in play, you got a shot with a steal. You got a pinch runner in there. And if you don't get him running, that's as routine of a 6-4-3 double play as you're going to get. You get him moving. Again, a very smart play. That shortstop.
Yeah,
from
it's
Middleton.
Jackson Guerrero, the leadoff hitter.
Guerrero,
Yeah.
Give me 9 of those cats, because smart, understanding where to go. Probably would have loved to have forced to try to get that double play. Read it, saw it, understood it, took the out at first, and now you're 2 outs trying to get out of an inning.
Top of the 5th, Sun Prairie East trailing 2-1. Runner at second with 2 gone. And stepping in to bat is number 30, Hudson Turek, the number 9 hitter in the Sun Prairie East lineup tonight. Here's the pitch from Bennett O'Connor. Turek drives one down the left field line into foul territory, caught on the run, crashing into the fence, and that's the 3rd out of the top of the 5th. What a play!
Grayson Utek in for Hudson Turk there. The left-hander freshman put a really good swing on it. Nice play by Middleton's left fielder to snatch that out. He put a good swing on that ball, and unfortunately for Sun Prairie, unable to drop. Middleton's left fielder made a great running catch to get out of that inning.
2-1 Middleton as we head to the bottom of the 5th in the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. For more than 50 years, Zimbrick Honda's provided the Madison area with quality Honda vehicles and the trusted staff of Zimbrick Honda's used car dealership will save you time and reduce your car buying stress by finding the vehicle that matches your style. If you're in the market for a new or used Honda, visit Zimbrick Honda just off the Beltline in Madison or online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Special edition of PrepMania today, the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic. Jesse Nelson alongside the Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer and host of Wildy and Tausch. Very well-produced show, weekdays 9 to noon on ESPN
yeah,
Wisconsin.
Especially on Fridays in
Mark
the summer.
Tauscher.
Riley Yauk
Yeah,
does a nice job.
Hunter Vaughn, our video producer, steps in occasionally.
Definitely some definitely some good production on that show.
Appreciate you agreeing with me on that. Tausch, we head to the bottom of the fifth. A low-scoring affair as expected, with the wind a factor, up to 35-mile-an-hour gusts here at Middleton High School for the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic, benefiting the American Family Children's Hospital. Jesse Nelson and Mark Tauscher with you as we get set for the bottom of the fifth. 2-1, Middleton coming up to bat with the lead, and a new pitcher, Tausch, is on the mound for Sun Prairie East.
I thought Joey Tamboli, really battled, only giving up 2 runs, and the 1 run should not have happened. Obviously, mistakes all over the place on that play by Guerrero. So now you bring in Tristan Fry, who, again, as I said, has really stepped up with Stells getting hurt early in the season. He has become one of their guys that you count on for big innings, because this is about as big a spot as you could look at. You're down. You need to keep this game tight. Runs are at a premium. Joey, I don't know how many pitches he ended up throwing because we don't have a book because of the wind.
It was a lot, though.
He was laboring today. Battled through, got Sun Prairie 4 innings, and now it's on to Tristan Fry.
1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Sun Prairie East. 2 runs, 6 hits for Middleton. First pitch swinging, ground ball to shortstop, throw in the dirt, and safe at first base is the catcher Tyler Vogt for the Middleton Cardinals. Leadoff batter aboard again.
Yeah,
That's all 5 innings. Middleton's had the leadoff man on tonight.
Every inning, and it just continues to put pressure on. And that one there, Max Glusik makes a really nice play, has to dive, and quick twitch to get up, but he short-armed the throw, and unfortunately, Huddy Turk unable to dig it out of there. And now, again, as you said, 5 straight innings where Middleton puts the lead runner on.
Vogt at first, standing in, showing bunt, pulling back, and looking at ball 1 is the cleanup hitter Ray Feinberg for the Middleton Cardinals. The first baseman had a nice sliding catch defensively in the top half of this 5th inning. Now looking to help the cause offensively as Middleton looks to expand on its 2-1 lead. The Middleton Cardinals have never won the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic rivalry game between these two teams on their home field. 0-4 in games played at Middleton. Bunt, Feinberg gets the runner over. He's thrown out at first base, but Vogt moves into scoring position, 1 gone, and a runner at second here in the bottom of the 5th.
And you just see Middleton continuing to do the little things. They score a run on a similar play there on a bunt. They were able to extend an inning on a bunt. They're finding ways to get the ball down on the ground, advancing runners, and when Sun Prairie wasn't buttoned up completely, threw it away, gave him a run, and what is the difference in this game right now? 1 run.
I wasn't sure if you were looking for, what's the key to the game that's the difference, and you're just saying, no, it was
missed
just
the pregame,
1
so
run. Yeah,
the
that's the keys to the game from Dennis Summerow with Canopy Wealth Management. Stepping in now, number 11, Easton Harris, the number 5 hitter in the Middleton lineup. Here's the pitch from Fry in there for a strike. That was a nice pitch.
Yeah, I like that. And, Tristan snapped the curveball there. You just get into a game. You got a runner on second. You want to find that first pitch, get ahead, snap the curveball, threw him off, got ahead in the count.
Fry looks the runner back at second. Now sets and fires. And he hit him. Not in the tuchus, more on the kneecap.
Yes, according to you, you'd rather drill him in the head with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. But yeah, that's a case there. It's frustrating because you get ahead and you go back to the curveball. Well, you lean into it, and that's one of those where your dugout is stoked because find a way to get on. Find a way to get on base. Put more pressure on this Sun Prairie defense.
2 on, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Charlie Tompak steps in. Another clutch situation for Charlie. Every time he's come up to bat in this game, he's had a chance to deliver for Middleton, and he takes a big cut at the fastball, misses it, 0-1 the count.
Yeah, a little high heat there, and you try and figure out what are you going to do to get guys out. Tristan's mixing it up, starting curveball, and this time goes with the high gas, was able to get it by him.
First inning on the mound for Tristan Fry in relief of Joey Tamboli. Runners at first and second. Looks them both back. Sets and delivers. Swing on a foul ball back behind the umpire, behind home plate. 0-2 the count on Charlie Tompak. Bottom of the order here for Middleton with a chance to deliver.
And this is where you're always, as a coach, have your plan. I don't know how many times I've said that over my 6 or 7 years of coaching Little League Baseball, and have a plan. If you're at third base, what is your plan if that ball comes to you? Figure it out, try to get outs.
Is that something Mike McCarthy or Barry Alvarez taught you guys too, or is that just something you invented?
I think having a plan, I'm guessing Magellan, DeSoto.
You're going to credit Magellan, of all people, with having a plan?
Don't you think Magellan needed to have a plan?
He didn't really know where he was going.
He had to have a plan.
0-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's a big out for Fry, getting Charlie Tompak to swing and miss at strike 3. 2 gone with runners at first and second in a 2-1 ball game.
I just love Manny behind the plate there. The energy that he brings, you get that strikeout, getting your guy fired up with the big fist bump, and now have to find a way to get out of this inning. 2-1, 2 on, 2 outs. This is what it's all about.
Chase Rogers scored the go-ahead run for the Middleton Cardinals in the 4th inning. A chance to try and give Middleton an even larger lead here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Breaking ball called strike on Chase Rogers, the number 7 hitter in the Cardinal lineup.
Tristan is really mixing his stuff up, not letting a pattern develop, and just doing a great job of getting ahead in the count against this Middleton lineup.
Runners take their leads, nobody holding them on. Here's the 0-1, outside, 1-1. Good pitch. Just missed it a little bit off the outside corner. Righty on righty here, Chase Rogers, the batter. Tristan Fry, the pitcher. Middleton at the plate here in the bottom of the 5th with a 2-1 lead on their rival, Sun Prairie East. Looking for more. Fry sets and fires. Swung on and missed in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You send the runners here?
No, not in this spot. I think here with 2 outs, you're going on the crack of the bat. Really anything, if old 8 here is just loading and he's got that bat moving, the runner on second is going to be moving. Give him a chance.
Old 8 in the box is Chase Rogers.
Chaser.
Fry with the pitch. Off speed, and Rogers delivers it a foul ball, frozen rope down the left field line.
Yeah, really nice job of sitting back there. He was a little bit ahead, but you're sitting there protecting with 2 strikes. Really barreled that up. Unfortunately for Middleton, just was a little bit too far ahead on it.
And that's a credit to Fry mixing it up. He went off speed, and that led to Rogers being out in front of the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th inning, Middleton 2, Sun Prairie East 1. Cardinals strikeout cancer game. Jesse Nelson, Mark Tauscher on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. Tristan Fry on the mound. Chase Rogers steps back in. Fry sets and fires. Swung on and popped up. This is going to be trouble in the wind. They're going to be able to field this cleanly in foul territory, stepping over the line and making the catch at third base. Sun Prairie East retires the side. To the 6th we go. 2-1. Middleton leads Sun Prairie East on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
presentation of PrepMania, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Jesse Nelson, Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher. Special presentation of PrepMania, the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer High School Baseball Classic between Sun Prairie East and Middleton. Middleton with a 2-1 lead as we head to the 6th inning. PrepMania brought to you by the GRB Academy. Baseball for the serious player. The GRB Academy wants to be part of the plan to reach your potential all year long. Utilize GRB Academy's 52,000 square foot facility complete with 14 batting cages and a 6,000 square foot weight room with private instruction, group training programs, and travel teams. The GRB Academy provides the highest level of coaching for the baseball player in your family. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. The GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
A lot of GRB players out on the field for both sides tonight, I can tell you that.
0-1 on the leadoff hitter, Reed Sogstad. That's why they put a fence right in front of us.
Big fella.
I wasn't nervous. There's a fence right in front of us helping us with that.
I saw you flinch. Barry Alvarez would have been all up in your you-know-what.
I'm sure he would have been.
Flinch. Oh, Flinchy McGee up here.
0-2 on the leadoff hitter, Sogstad. Not only leading off this inning, he is the leadoff hitter in the lineup tonight for Sun Prairie East. Takes a ball from the right-handed power thrower, Bennett O'Connor, who has been awesome since giving up 1 run in the top half of the first inning. All zeros the rest of the way on the mound for the right-hander. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Sogstad.
And if Yogi Berra was up here today, he'd be saying it's getting late early because it is the 6th. You got the top of the order. You're kind of winding here on Middleton's ace. Sun Prairie looking at this inning as a big-time operation because time is winding.
With your 1, 2, and 3 hitters up there, no doubt this is the chance to capitalize. And Sogstad caught looking. Strike 3 called. O'Connor sends him back to the bench.
Yeah, that was a good pitch there. O'Connor did a great job of setting him up. He was throwing some off speed and just painting that outside corner on the left-handed Sogstad. Getting, again, opposite of what Sun Prairie is doing. Middleton keeping guys off the bases. That first guy really is the catalyst. Middleton's gotten him on all night. Sun Prairie's struggling to do that.
Max Glusick shows bunt on the first pitch, lays it down, throw, goes past the first baseman down the right field line. Glusick, big turn towards second. Uh-oh, he's going to be thrown out trying to extend it to second base. Right fielder gets over, fielded it with a good hop off the fence, and delivered it right on the money to get Glusick at second. 2 down in the top of the 6th.
It's funny because we played a young guys game last night, and our right fielder, I kept telling him, make sure you back up throws. And, oh, it's so far away. Well, in this case, really nice bunt by Max Glusick. Got aggressive. Had that right fielder not backed up that throw, Max Glusick is sitting there at second base with 1 out. Instead, backs up the throw, throws a seed down to the shortstop, tags Glusick for the 2nd time tonight, making that out at second base. Not great base running there by Max.
His brother Cam Glusick fouls the first pitch away beyond the fence, down the first base line. 0-1 the count with 2 gone and nobody on in the top of the 6th. Middleton with a 2-1 lead. Here's the pitch. Just misses. 1 ball and 1 strike on the number 3 hitter, Cam Glusick. Cam's just a sophomore, one of the youngest players on this team.
Cam is a really, really good baseball player.
We're going to see him for a couple more years. Bouncing ball to third, fielded on 1 hop, throw across the diamond in time. And 1, 2, 3 goes Sun Prairie East in the top half of the 6th inning. We said, Tausch, they had to have it that inning, and Bennett O'Connor delivers, retiring all 3 hitters.
Yeah, easy inning, and you didn't, not to say you didn't make them work, but that was probably 12, 13 pitches. And I was at the game on Tuesday when Sun Prairie came back down 3-1 in the 7th. Sun Prairie's going to need to do something similar. I'm sure Middleton would love to add here in the bottom of the 6th, but very nice, smooth, easy inning for the Middleton Cardinals.
We'll keep it right here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Middleton 2, Sun Prairie East 1. Jesse Nelson with the Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania brought to you in part by Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy Wealth Management, they believe in the continued development of partnerships for good within their communities and giving back where they can. The team at Canopy emphasizes building local relationships and believe that values matter and strengthen their communities. When you work with Canopy, care, competence, and clarity isn't just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com. And Tausch, we want to give a special shout out once again to Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie for being a big part of this event and your involvement in this broadcast here today.
As I said earlier, I've had a Zimbrick Chevy Tahoe for a long time. They have been an awesome partner. And what they do, the Strawberry Fest, Colonial Fest, this game tonight, they love being out in the community doing really big stuff. And that's why I love being a part of the Zimbrick Chevy team in Sun Prairie.
Bottom of the 6th, Joey Pasaglia, the starting quarterback of the Middleton Cardinals football team. The number 8 hitter in the lineup tonight steps in as Middleton holds a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 6th. Pasaglia fouls off the first pitch he sees from Tristan Fry. 0-1 as we begin the bottom of the 6th. Fry once again waiting for the signal. Out of the windup. Delivers. In there for strike 2.
Boy, his curveball is really working tonight. He's done a really good job. It's, especially for a guy that, doesn't pitch a ton, or at least probably wasn't thinking about doing that. Good control on his breaking pitches tonight.
The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to shortstop in the gap. Going to be a long throw for Glusick across the diamond, and he retires. Joey Pasaglia, great play in the gap by Glusick, and one gone in the bottom of the 6th.
You see his range, and that's why he's going to be playing Division I baseball next year. Moving to his left, has to set his feet. Made a nice, strong throw, and Turk, the first baseman, does a nice job of digging the little short hop throw out. And for the first time in forever, it feels like, Middleton doesn't have a runner on to start an inning.
First time in this game, Middleton's leadoff batter in an inning does not reach base, thanks to the great play by Glusick at shortstop. First pitch strike called on Tommy Winsick, the number 9 hitter for the Middleton Cardinals. Pitch from Fry in there for strike 2, and trying to make quick work of the Middleton order here in the bottom of the 6th.
He's in a rhythm. He wants that ball back quick. He wants to go.
The 0-2 on its way from Fry. Swung on, driven into center field underneath it. That is a can of corn for out number 2.
This is something it has not been the case for some Prairie. Everything has been laboring. They've had, Middleton has 6 hits. They've been walked a bunch. They've been able to put a lot more pressure on Sun Prairie's defense, and potentially this might be the first easy inning for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals.
Don't speak too quickly. Jackson Guerrero's the leadoff hitter. You wanted 9 of them on your team earlier.
What a player.
And Guerrero takes ball 1 high.
You could just tell. You could tell baseball players, the way they carry themselves, and every sport is a mental battle.
Guerrero pops it up on the infield. Tough play. It's very high up there with the swirling wind, but Glusick gets underneath it at shortstop, makes the catch in a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th inning. Last ups for Sun Prairie East, potentially trailing 2-1 in the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Classic. Do the Sun Prairie East Cardinals have a rally in them? We'll find out after this on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
There's no safer place to feel dumb than Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
I can't do this anymore. You're insufferable.
Here's one thing. If I ever win the lottery, I'm going to be the worst person on earth.
You already are.
Right. Now amplify it to me having you money.
Mr. Irrelevant, live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, brought to you in part by Stoughton Health, providing trusted care close to home. Stoughton Health, proud to support student athletes from around the area and across the state, and they wish all the participants the best in this game. From rehab to ortho care, Stoughton Health provides comfort and convenience locally. Visit stoughtonhealth.com to learn more. Coming up after the game, we'll award our Pizza Hut Player of the Game. No one out-pizzas the Hut, and no one
I know
outplays.
I'm voting for, unless things change. I'll have my vote.
Well, yours is the only one that matters. I'm happy to inform you on there,
hear.
Tausch. I know this is your first time doing this with us, so we appreciate you being part of PrepMania tonight. Jesse Nelson along with Mark Tauscher, the Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer. Top of the 7th, Sun Prairie East needs a run, trailing 2-1 in the Cardinals strikeout cancer game. And the first pitch is ball 1 as Van Vogler, the leadoff hitter, or the cleanup hitter, leads off the top half of the 7th. Bennett O'Connor trying to go the distance for Middleton. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-1.
And just like Middleton has been able to get guys on, this would be a great time for Van, who's had a nice season here for Sun Prairie East, find a way to get on base.
The 1-1 pitch from O'Connor. Strike 2 at the letters.
That was a high one.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Credit the umpires. We haven't mentioned them at all tonight. That means they're doing their job.
No complaint, not a ton of complaints from either coach.
The 1-2, swinging a ground ball foul up the third base line. We'll do it again. 1-2 on the cleanup hitter, Van Vogler for Sun Prairie East.
Yeah, and you typically do see a lot of people like to complain about umpiring. I haven't seen that today. It's been a pretty clean game, and like you mentioned, really after that 4th inning game has flown by.
The 1-2 pitch. Off speed, and Vogler strikes out swinging. O'Connor hasn't gone off speed much tonight, but he chooses to do so on the 1-2, and he mixes it up and puts down the cleanup hitter for Sun Prairie East to lead off the 7th.
Just a great job by O'Connor. He's really done a nice job of mixing his stuff up, and on that just snapped it off. Van Witt kind of just flailed at it. Even if he was going to do something with it, it wasn't going anywhere. O'Connor has been the man today.
Tristan Fry takes a fastball for strike 1. O'Connor dealing, trying to close this thing down for the Middleton Cardinals. Strike 2, 0-2 on Fry. Middleton has never won the Cardinals strikeout cancer game here on their home field. This would be a first in the 11-year history of this game. The 0-2 from O'Connor misses outside in the dirt. Sun Prairie East has won 4 straight in this series regardless of the location of it. They've dominated the last few years. Middleton trying for some retribution here on their home turf tonight. The 1-2 off speed in the dirt again. Good job by Fry laying off. 2-2 the count. Sun Prairie East scored in the top half of the 1st inning. Nothing the rest of the way. Middleton with runs in the 3rd and 4th to take a 2-1 lead. That's where we stand here in the top of the 7th. The 2-2 pitch from O'Connor. In there for strike 3 called. Breaking ball on the inside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts for O'Connor. 2 gone, and Sun Prairie East is down to its final out.
You can see he is just in control. Throwing his curveball for strikes. He's got Sun Prairie's hitters all over the place. Tristan did not see that pitch coming, must have been looking fastball, and the curveball dropped in there beautifully for 2 outs. And 1 out away from Middleton getting that first win in a while against the Cardinals.
Manny Abreu takes a first pitch strike. Last hope for Sun Prairie East, trailing 2-1. The 0-1 pitch on the inside corner, strike 2. Sun Prairie East now down to its final strike.
He is feeling it right now out on the mound.
The Middleton fans get loud under the lights here on their home field. O'Connor winds up, fires. Abreu, fly ball, center field, charging in. The shortstop back in that wind and is able to catch it. And Middleton, for the first time, wins the Cardinals strikeout cancer game on their home field. Middleton wins it 2-1 over Sun Prairie East. A classic rivalry between these 2 great high school baseball programs. Tausch, this time it goes to Middleton.
Yeah, and the better team won today. I thought they, obviously, the pitching really efficient. O'Connor had his best stuff going. Sun Prairie didn't have many answers, and they played a much cleaner game. And you made the plays, got bunts down. They ran the bases better. They did everything you need to do to win a game. 6 hits today, but really it was the pitching by O'Connor. No question about who's going to be the Pizza Hut player of the game. it's going to be O'Connor. He did everything that they needed an ace to do to get off of the schneid here and find a way to beat the Prairie East Cardinals.
Bennett O'Connor, your Pizza Hut player of the game. No one out-pizzas the Hut, and no one outplayed the starting pitcher who goes the distance for the Middleton Cardinals, Bennett O'Connor. 7 innings, just 1 run allowed. It came in the top of the first. Zeros for innings 2 through 7. Allows just 3 hits en route to Middleton's victory this evening. Pizza Hut player of the game, Bennett O'Connor, as awarded by the Packers Hall of Famer Mark Towers. Sure, you can do whatever you can do whatever you want.
My guy at shortstop.
That was Jackson Guerrero, who had a big hit and a couple of great defensive plays.
Could not be more impressed with just how he goes about his business. He is just a really good baseball player. Fun to watch tonight, the way he was aggressive on the base paths, his knowledge of understanding what needed to be done when he was playing. Middleton, better team tonight. Their shortstop and pitcher, really impressive from my eyes as being a Prairie East Cardinal fan.
Reminder, Pizza Hut's fan favorite Cheesy Bites Pizza is back for just $13.99. You get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites, plus the new Ranch Lovers Flight. Tausch, you remember those 3 flavors: the Ultimate Ranch, the Pepperoni Ranch, and the Chipotle.
Oh, Chipotle.
Ranch. No, Chipotle
I understand.
Ranch is how you say that.
You're getting some love from our buddy Dan. He said you did a great job tonight. So Dan said I sucked, which is all right.
That's okay. Well, maybe Dan needs some pizza as well from Pizza. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor, the perfect pizza deal after the big games or on the go. Head over to one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania. And Tausch also tells you about them on Wilde and Tausch every day, too.
Yeah, I love it.
Pizza.
Pizza Hut. Some of my favorite memories as a kid, going into Marshfield Pizza Hut with that just sizzling personal pizza from all the reading that I did in the Book It program. But it's great. I love the fact that they're involved. They still have their literacy programs and to support, prep sports. Sports is such a big part of a high school experience, and I love what we do at our station. Hunter, I've told you this numerous times. The PrepMania stuff is the best stuff that we do. The football coverage, the basketball coverage, and even baseball for a day. Fun afternoon out here, and can't wait to get back going at it in the fall.
PrepMania brought to you in part by the GRB Academy. Baseball for the serious player. The GRB Academy wants to be part of the plan to reach your potential all year long. Utilize the GRB Academy's 52,000-square-foot facility, complete with 14 batting cages and a 6,000-square-foot weight room. With private instruction, group training programs, and travel teams, the GRB Academy provides the highest level of coaching for the baseball player in your family. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. The GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player. Tausch, appreciate all the compliments for all the high school sports coverage we do have
Good
here
stuff,
as part of Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. Your first time being part of a PrepMania broadcast with us, I think,
I don't know if
right?
that's 100% accurate. I think I was up in a booth at one other point, but
okay, well,
I just think
before my time, then I apologize.
Know back in the days when I played at Auburndale, and we had a WDLB radio station, Gene Delisio, when he'd come out to a game, and how big of a deal that is for high school athletes and for our team to get out there with the street teams and to do all the stuff. I know. A lot of times it's all Packers and all this other stuff. It makes a difference in the community, and I know the communities love it. It just feels bigger when ESPN Madison is out at these events.
And talk about making a difference. This Cardinals strikeout cancer game benefiting the American Family Children's Hospital in its 11th year, more than $250,000 raised for cancer research. Really a great cause and a great opportunity for us to showcase something great happening in the community.
Absolutely. It's the best stuff, and sports are the best, man. That's why I love that it's been such a huge part of my life. And when you can do that, and this is what brings communities together. Sports does that in a way that nothing else does, and when you can do that and then do something for a cause bigger than you, man, that is what it's all about.
Tausch, this has been pretty cool sharing a
Fun.
broadcast
Yeah,
with you. Thank
you
you very
much.
much.
I learned something. I appreciate it from George. I still think you're tookus. Hopefully we got that audio. We're going to play that tomorrow.
I could see that coming a mile away.
Because it may have been I think it's fair to say it's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say on radio, and we've been doing the show together for a long time.
That's saying something. I appreciate
Indeed
that. I'm sure it won't be the last dumb thing you ever hear me say. And
certain.
likewise to you.
Thank you.
Appreciate the time. For video producer Hunter Vaughn, for the host of Wilde and Tausch and the Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher, my name is Jesse Nelson. Thanks so much for joining us for Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison